Hi everybody, it's Robin with Uniquelyrobins. Today we're going to make, a while back we had made a vintage purse and we were going to do a project with it. I've since decided to make our own smaller vintage purse because I couldn't get the large frame that I wanted to get. So I had to get a smaller frame right now. So that's not going to stop us because we are still going to make the same project. We're just going to make our own stuff to put in it, which I think is more fun anyway. So, we are going to make a parasol today, a little small parasol. I've got a bunch of various laces here we're going to work with, maybe. I have some of these little doily things that we may use. Of course, I have our little pearl bling that we might use. And I have some of these lace flowers. Got some different kind of lace. I've got the little flowers with the beads we may use. And of course my favorite little paper flowers that we may use. Not sure what all we're going to use yet, but I want to have this lace here too that I love. This is all I have left of it. But we may use some of that. There is a way, to do this where you sew. But I'm going to show you a no-sew method because not everyone sews. So, I have some skewers, and I have my glue gun and some glue sticks and some little metal jewelry making pieces, and we are going to use a couple of those. These actually come without the hole. I punched a hole in those earlier because I wasn't sure whether my hole punch thingy was going to work on metal, but it did. And then I'm pretty sure we're going to use one of those and one of these. I'm not sure what they called because I'm not a jewelry maker. But they're made to go between your beads on necklaces and things. But we're going to use one of those. And it's not going to be on a piece of jewelry. So I know we're using those two. I want to set these aside because we may use them, we may not. All right, to get started... It's funny because, I don't cut circles well, and I don't have a circle punch, and I don't have a great big circle punch for sure. So I was trying to think last night how I was going to cut my lace into a circle. Yesterday afternoon, I was thinking about it, and I had decided, I made my husband eat pizza for dinner last night, so I could have the pizza thing. And I used that as my pattern to draw a circle around a piece of lace that was double thick. So you want two pieces. You don't have to have two pieces, but it makes it a little fuller if you do have two pieces. And this lace has little sequins all throughout it, so it's kind of sparkly and pretty. So I am going to turn this one over so it matches the other one. And the circle doesn't have to be... Oh, it's a sequence. I thought there was something stuck on there. The circle doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to really see the edges of it. I know a lot of people sew around it to sew it up so you don't see it, but you don't see it anyway. And I want to show you how to do it without having to sew because like I said, not everyone sews. Excuse me. So I have this, and I have these little doilies, and I thought I would put a couple of these in the middle of each other. No eyelash in there. It's as close to the middle of them all as I can get them. So that's how we're going to start out. You just cut your two circles of your lace. And you don't have to put these on there. It's just I had them. I thought they'd look cute on there. So, and I haven't decided if I want to use 3 or just 2 of them. So this is kind of a fly by the seat of your pants. But we'll make it work. We usually make it work, and we'll make it work. I'm thinking now that I'm looking at it, I don't really like the shape of this one because it's maybe if I just stretch it out, it'll look better. Let's try that one and see what we think. See what we think. Oh, I did want to let you know, too, in case you haven't been on the Facebook group this morning. I know a lot of my YouTube subscribers are Facebook members. We did hit our 1,000 this morning. Woohoo! I'm so happy. I get to give away all these prizes that people have donated. And we have over 15 prizes donated to do drawings for. So I will draw at least 3 of them on our YouTube channel here. So, and the only thing you have to do to enter into the contest is just subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that you are entered. So that will be great. I just can't wait to give stuff away. I'm so excited about it. It'll be a few days before we actually do the drawing. I have to type up the paper with everybody's link on it that had donated, because that was part of the perks of them donating, since they were so generous to do it, was that we would make a post with all their names and links on it. So I have to get that done. I've been trying for 2 days to do it, and one thing is after another. I have to take care of other things too, and eventually I'll get it done. So, okay, I like the way this looks, so we're going to try it. So the first thing you're going to do is take your skewer. You can either use the skewers from the store, but they're a little thin. I like this one because it's a little bit sturdier, and actually I think this is a chopstick from the Chinese restaurant. And we're going to take our little piece with a hole, and it can be any kind of a metal piece that has a hole in it. I know one of these fits because I had it on there. There we go. That has a hole in it. It can even be one that looks like this, that has a hole, as long as it has a hole in it. And you may have to make the hole a little bigger, just depending on what size of that you have. This just is to sturdy it up a little bit, and it's like the round thing in the top of a parasol or an umbrella. You're not really going to see this at all, because this is going to be a closed parasol that we're going to put in our other project that we're going to do. And I'm just going to try to pick this up to where I can keep my middle and set it on the skewer. That's a funny word, isn't it? Skewer. Okay. I'll take those off for a minute, because what I'm trying to do is I want this to be, I mean, it's not going to be perfectly even, but I'd like to have the same amount hanging down on all sides, if you know what I mean. If you hold it up, you can kind of judge that. There, that's good. All right, and then we're going to put these on and see what they look like. Oh, it's got a nice little hole there. That's cute. That helps. Stretch this one just a smidgen. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. So now I'm going to peel it back just enough to where I can get to that metal piece, because I want to use a little bit of hot glue and tack that on there so that it's not moving around while we're working on it. I got that side. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Just hold it for a minute. I'm going to tilt you just a little bit so you can see a little better. There. I think you can see better that way. All right. Now I'm going to also tack these down. I'm not putting a whole lot of glue in there, just enough they won't move around on each level. Just to kind of hold them in place a tiny bit. All right. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. You can make a nice little angel out of this also. I was noticing that earlier when I was playing around with it. We might do that one of these days. Maybe next Christmas around that time we'll see, because doesn't that look like an angel or a little girl? Put some arms on there and a little head. It'd be cute. But that's not what we're making today. Today we're making a parasol. Okay. Just giving that a little time to set. And then I'm going to put my piece up here on the top. Now I am going to, this is very flexible metal, and I'm just pulling it out just a little bit so it lays just a little bit flatter on the top. Doesn't need much. Actually, I think I'm going to trim the top of that off just a tiny bit because it went down a little further than I wanted it to. But you just take your little needle, no pliers, and there you go. All right, now we're going to glue this onto the top. I'm going to use a little bit more glue on this because I don't want it to come loose. Of course, when we get done with it and get it all encased and everything, it's not going anywhere anyway, but come here. You didn't want me to get a hold of it. And you'll have some strings from your hot glue, and all you have to do is just hit that with your heat gun or a hair dryer, and it melts those right away, which I like because I don't like the little stringies hanging everywhere. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some string. What did I do with my string? There it is. We're just going to take a piece. This is just string I got at the hardware store, or I might have got it at the Walmart. I'm not sure. I've had it for a long time, but it's just string, white string. It's kind of sturdy, but it's not real heavy or anything like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay our little parasol on it. And you want to get this close to the bottom. And once you tie your first, it's not really a knot, but your first time you tie it, and it starts to get tight, you can move it down a lot easier to where you want it. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. Trying not to get out of frame on you. Okay, once you get it tight, then you want to tie at least a double knot. I usually tie it 3 or 4 times just to make sure that it's not going anywhere. And then I wrap it around to the other side. And tie our little knots again. You can make these any size. Oop, I didn't catch a hold of that. Wait a minute. Let me undo this a minute. Well, if I can. There we go. I didn't catch this little piece. You want to make sure that you catch all the ends, because you want those inside your, come back here. Doesn't want to go. There we go. Inside your string. You want to make sure that's all in there. But you can make these any size. You can make little tiny ones with toothpicks even. You know, I'm not good with little teeny tiny stuff. I'm going to try some more stuff like that, but I need to do it on a Friday so that my hands have time over the weekend to recuperate. Okay, now we're going to pull it down. I might have made that just a tiny bit. All right, I didn't catch it all, so all you have to do if you don't catch it all, just snip your string, because I did not. Set it aside. Don't throw it away because it's string. You can always use it for little snippets or something. Let me try to... This, I think, is one reason why a lot of people will sew around the bottom and pull it tight like you do for a flower or, you know, to make a ruffle or something, because it does work better. But I think if you just go around and pleat it a little more than I did by hand, it will be fine. That one doesn't want to hold on, so I'm going to stick up just a dab of glue up there to hold that pleat. Okay. All right, where'd my string go? Let's see if I can do two things at once. And you don't have to double up your string. I just always do because, I don't know, to make it a little sturdier, I guess. Now I'm going to wrap it. But first I want to get it down to the bottom. Make sure I get them all in there, but I don't want it up too high. Okay, probably going to be off the screen here for a minute because I'm just trying to get hold of it. Okay. Pull it tight. And tie it. And tie it. There we go. And then I'm going to wrap it around the other direction and tie it again. Okay. And I know right now it looks like a hot mess, but trust me. Most pretty things do at first. I'm just trying to trim this as close as I can without cutting my knot off. All right. Now, I'm going to just put a tiny bit of hot glue here and there around this to get it to stay down in the pleats there. Do this side. I'm kind of going opposite sides so I make sure that I get it halfway even anyway. And I'm just putting this at the smallest amount on there, just enough for it to hold onto that, whoops, outside, not my finger. And if you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should go up there and join and see the prizes that we have up there. You're going to love them. And you can always enter on the YouTube channel and the Facebook group both. Double your chances to win. We have had so many people on our group that donated. I am just amazed. And even, I mean, brand new people just started yesterday. So, I really think you'll like the group. We have digital kits. We have, Kimberly Renee went out and got all kinds of art and craft supplies for people who do painting and mixed media. Because our group is not just journals or those kind of crafts. We have painters, we have acrylic artists, we have, oh my goodness, if there's a craft you would love to learn or even thought about maybe checking out to learn, that is the place to be, because we have people who do everything up there, and they have all kinds of tutorials, and it's just wonderful. I love it. I always up to try something new. And I love it that it's on YouTube because I am a visual learner. I'm not so good at reading. And I mean, I can read. I read just fine. I read all the time, but I'm not a reading learner. I am a visual learner. I have to, usually once I see it, I can pretty much duplicate it or, you know, do my own thing with it. Okay. So now we have that. And you don't have to put this on the top. I'm debating still if I like it up there or not. But maybe when we get it done, it'll make it look different. we'll see. All right, so now we're going to work on our stem. And I'm going to push this up a little bit so I can get to the, it's not a stem, it's a handle for our parasol. And have this I'm going to start with first, I believe. Maybe if I can get it out of there. I know you just want to be on this parasol, so. Okay, so I have this. One of my favorite laces I get from the Dollar Tree, and I just think it's so vintage and beautiful looking. And we're going to use this also. I'm debating whether I want to start with this or this. That's what I'm thinking about. Or do I even want to do them both together? Maybe I do. Let's try that. I'm going to tack this down just here and there. Oop. Let me grab my mat in case I get, let's set that aside. Glue everywhere. I don't want it on my desk. It's easier to peel off of this mat. Got to put a little pink and some pink flowers on it so it'll match our purse when we do it. Now, I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to need, so I'm going to just, if I need more, that's fine. We can add it with this. I think this should be enough, though. And you can use your Fabri-Tac or any kind of glue on this. I just had the hot glue for the other parts, so I may as well use it on this, right? Let me get this little spot right here missed. Okay, that makes it a little thicker too. So now you're going to try to find out about where your thing ends. Your sorry if I'm not explaining this very well. Where your lace part ends, I'm just marking it right there so I know. Because if you put it up too far above it, it won't pull down right and stay down. So I'm going to start right about there. I'm going to put my spot of glue to get my lace started. And then we're just going to wrap it around. And when I get toward the bottom, I'm going to add another spot of glue to hold it down there. See, we had plenty. We had plenty. Just going around to finish that off. So that'll hold down well. Looks like a big quiet drumstick. All right. Now we want to put a handle on the bottom. So now I need to decide, do I want to use the same lace or just this part of it? I think I'm going to use it backwards. That way we have the white on the outside, and I'm just going around just the bottom part. And this will make like our little handle. I'm going to put the lace down and make it go down. Oops. I just said I wanted to put it the other way and didn't do it. And you're just going to wrap this around just a couple of times just to make it a little thicker than the rest so it looks like a handle. And trim it off. Save your scraps. Always save your scraps. You never know what they might come in handy for, even especially lace, even if it's a little strap. Because little scraps you can use for snippets. You can use to decorate envelopes. You know, all kinds of things. All right, now we're going to bring this down. And I'm going to trim this up just a little bit along the bottom because it's a little uneven. You know me and getting things straight. Okay. Saving my scraps. Well, just a hair bit more right around there to make it. I mean, you're not going to see this part, but I don't want it to make it too bulky. Okay. I know you're probably all wondering, what is this final project going to be? All right, now we're going to put a little bit of glue on here. So now that I'm done with my handle, or I can make this stay down. Make it stay down there. Okay. You can make these to where they're open too, like an open parasol if you wanted it for a decoration or something, and we'll do that some other time. But this one I wanted it to look like it's a closed parasol because we're going to put it in with our other stuff. I know it's being a little encrypted, but I don't want you to know the whole end of it until we get there. Now I have several laces, and I want to put them down along the bottom. I think that's a little too wide. Would have been pretty up there though. There's all kinds of ways you can do this. Oh, I like this. That would look pretty on there. Now if I would have sewed through here to pull it in a little bit, it would look better. But I said this would be no sew, so we're not going to sew. I will show you how to do it without sewing. I fold over the beginning. Actually, I should have put that in the back. Well, that could be the back. And just a little at a time. Do a little section at a time. And you can put your little pleats in it. As you go. Not out of view, am I? I have a bad habit of that. Trying to get out of view when you can't see what I'm doing. But if you just run a single stitch through here, you could pull this as loose or as tight as you like when you make the little flowers. The little lace flowers. I'm stuck on there. All right, let's cut this off. I'll cut it about right there. I still have a little bit left. I have been looking and looking for some more like that and that other kind that I had I really liked. I haven't found any more yet, but I'll find it. It's hiding out there somewhere. Okay, now I'm just going to go back around and make sure everything is down the way we want it to be. Got a little pucker there. Okay. Trying to get the glue off of my finger. Okay. So there, that looks cute. And I think we just need a touch of pink, so I have this light pink that I think, if I can get it to lay down right, yeah, I will put right around the top of that. Or do I want this? I think this is too long now. Yeah, it's too long. Yeah, that's too thick. Yeah, let's see if I got another smaller. Oh, we have this pink. We have this. Oh, that would be cute. We'll use that. just to put around the top, just to give it a little color. Okay, that'll work. So we don't need this, I don't think. I was gonna, nah, we don't want too much in there, I don't think. But just standing up inside our little project will look very cute. Now we have to make it even prettier with some yummies. These would look cute to make little teeny tiny ones and put in your journal, like, or even on the front of your journal if you're doing like a vintage lady journal or something. Would look so cute. I think we're going to put a piece of this. I want to start it where this big one is, though. And in all reality, you only have to decorate one side of this if you're going to do what we're going to do with it. But I really like things to be finished off. I'm just going to cut some of this off. It's easier to work with. Oh, I was telling you some of the prizes. We have the arts and mixed media stuff. We have painting stuff. We have lace kits, mini lace kits. We have trim, ribbon, patterns, lots of digikits. Lots of digikits. Beautiful digikits, too. I'm just going to cut a couple of these flowers off of here. Fingers out of the way. Because I think it needs more. I'm going to bring it around to this side, and I'm going to put one right there. And I'm going to put one right there. And I'm going to cut me a couple for the back. I know we're not going to see it, but I will know it's there. And I know some people will do projects and then a few years later they'll take it apart and redo it or use the stuff on other things. And if you want to use it for something else, you take it apart. You want it to all be done. Okay, I'm keeping those two because I've got plans for them. And I think we need one right there. Okay, move these aside here with my scrappies. Now these, I think, we'll make them even. Let me look at it and figure out where I want my front to be. I think I want my front to be, ouch, not burning my fingers, right here. So I'm going to take these going to stick them up here underneath my flower. Where's my little tool? There we go. So it sticks down a little bit. See what that looks like. Yeah, see, I like that. I think it needs just a little one right there, though. And I just happen to have another. Cut this top one off. Because I want this one to be a tiny bit shorter. I think that looks pretty cute. We didn't use our paper flowers. I don't know, do we need to? We don't ever need to, but nah. No, I think it looks cute. Well, we could put some up along the top. That one might be cute. Along here. Let me think. Oh, I want to use this and I didn't. Maybe I should put that on the top. Lots of possibilities. Of course, I could just put, let me look real quick. Let me have a look-see. I'll just cut one off. I'm gonna cut around the flower just a little bit. Or it's gonna come off. Okay, that works too. These have little sequins in them too. Maybe we could put some of those up there, like maybe every other one. Nah, I think that's a little too big and too much. Do we want to strand this up there? No, I don't think so. I think in hindsight, maybe I would only put 2 of these on there or 1. It is kind of bulky there, but it's pretty. I think it would look better if I could get them to lay a little flatter. Maybe I should iron them out. Not much of an ironer, but I still think it is adorable. I just think this one might be too long and it's taken away from the beautiful lace. So, but there's a little parasol. And let's see, we have time. We are also going to make a vintage purse to go with this parasol to match. So I'll set that aside. And I have already cut the lace for it. And we're going to also do this no sew for those of you who don't sew. And this is just going to be a little bag. It's going to be about like that. We may cut this or fold it up. So I'm going to start about right there. Get some more glue here. And just go down. Now, if I was making this to actually use or something like that, I would not use glue. But since it's going to be in a box and not messed with, glue is fine. Okay, now let's fold it up to meet. And I would line it with lace and all that too. On our lace with like satin on the inside. I would line it. Okay. Now I'm debating if I want my corners to be square on my part I'm going to use for the closure, or if I want to make them rounded. There. Some glue that's wanting to stop my stuff from moving. There. That's why I use this. I didn't want that all over my desk. Okay. I know this is a little long. I'm debating on if I want to. I think I'm just going to fold it down. It'll give it a little more thickness too, because I don't think we need to go any further than that. So let's do that. We'll glue him down. About right there. And it doesn't take a lot of glue for this lace, really. Okay. There's still something somewhere that's sticking on. Maybe that's it right there. Okay. I don't know. Let's wait a minute on that. That's another good thing about lace. You don't have to take stitches out. You just pull it and it comes right apart. Because I think I want to fold that down different. Because I'm, for one, going to turn this inside out. After I make sure I have it all down. And the glue is dry. I think I do. Maybe right here, a little. Just on that second piece. Let's turn her over and make sure we have it all here. Okay. Because I want my seams to be on the inside. Silly me. All right. I'll let that just for a minute to dry. Let's see what time it is here. Okay, we're good. Okay. Now we're going to turn it inside out. Just like you would if you had sewed it. Push out our little corners. Up there. There we go. Because I want to fold these sides over a little bit first before we fold the other part. That's why I took it apart. It's what happens sometimes when you fly by the seat of your pants and don't really have a detailed plan, just an idea. But anytime you have an idea, you should go for it. Go for it and try it and see if it works. It might turn out so much better than you ever thought it would. And sometimes it might not. But at least you tried, right? So we got that. Okay. Okay. There go. There go my lace. Okay, now we're going to fold this down. This is not going to be opened or anything like that because of what we're going to eventually do with it. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to put it, no, I want to, let go. Let go. There. I want to fold this one down first and then fold it over. Just to give it a little bit cleaner edge, just because I'll know it's there. But when it comes to crafting and making something, it's pretty much all trial and error anyway. So you should always try it. Just go for it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're using some of your material, but if it doesn't turn out, you can always take it apart and reuse the material. So that one I am going to throw away just because I had the glue on it and it was really tiny. Okay, now we're going to fold it this way. Let's give it a cleaner edge, like that. Go down the seam. just like if you were sewing it. And if you want to sew these, you just do it the same way, only you're using thread instead of glue. But I like to show you people that don't have sewing skills, or, I mean, I know you don't need a lot of sewing skills for this, but some people don't have any sewing skills. But even if you don't have sewing skills, you can glue. And as long as it's not something that you're going to be using every day and using a lot of wear and tear on it. I've even seen people hot glue pillows. That, you know, like decorative pillows you set on your couch, that kind of pillow. All right. And there's our little purse so far. Now I need my bling, because we're going to make our handle out of this bling. Let's see how big we want it to be. Oh, about right there. We'll make work. How about that? The way I'm going to attach this is right inside the purse on the seam where you're going to fold it down. Of course, we're not going to fold it down now for a while because that's got to dry. We're going to put our, ouch, let go of my ego. Stringies everywhere. And like I said, use a hairdryer or your heat gun to just get rid of those little pieces that want to string off. That's no problem. Okay, got a piece there that we'll just pull off. All right, so let's let this dry just for a minute, and while that's drying, we will decorate. Let me see where this is going to end up. About right there. So I'm going to lay this about right there, just so I know I want to keep most of my decorations down here. So now we want to kind of match our, somewhat match our purse, or our parasol. I can't think there for a minute. So I'm going to try to use some of the same stuff. But I am putting fringe on this. Don't you worry about that. Maybe if I can find it. I'm trying to see. Sorry if I bumped you. I'm trying to find my fringe here. Too much stuff on the desk. Drives me crazy. Here's a little piece. That is not my big part. Where is my fringe? Okay. This is just little anyway, so we'll see. Maybe this is enough. Okay, I've got an idea where that's at now. Yeah, that will work right along the bottom. We lucked out. I do have a whole thing of this fringe somewhere. I'm just not sure what I do with it. We may add some more later, you never know. So I'm just going to put this right along there. Oops, let go. I'm going to tuck it around the corner just a bit. And again, if I was making this for not to put in something like I'm going to, I would put that all the way around. Of course, if I had my fringe, I would have done that anyway, but I thought I had it in that box with the rest of that stuff, but it isn't, so I must have put it somewhere else so it wouldn't get tangled. Hard telling where that is. And I think I'm going to put this right about there on top. Yes, I am. I am, Sam, I am. If I can get the right side this way. All right, now I need to see about where I need it. I want it to just hit the top of that fringe. Oops, come back here. So I want to put it right about in here. Up just a little bit on that side. Trying to get it even. Now we're going to turn it over. Make it come up at least the sides. We have enough of this, so I'm just going to let it go all the way across there. Only have one little piece left. You ever get sad when you use all of your one lace that you really love? But you can't hoard it forever. I know some of us would like to, but... Now I'm gluing this down, but I'm not gluing it on the bottom edge because when I find my fringe, I will probably add a piece down there because it'll just drive me crazy that it's not there. And it'll just add more fullness to the front. Let me double check this one more time. Aha! I found it. I knew I had a bunch. Okay, so I am going to put this on the back just because it'll make it fuller to put that down a little further than I want it. All right. I'm going to put that there just to hold that up for me while I measure out how much of this I need. About right there. Aha. I am going to put it in this box because I thought that's why I did with it to begin with. Oops. Want that there. All right. Now, let me get another stick of glue here. I got these glue sticks at the Dollar Tree, which, I mean, it's a good price for them. They don't last real long, but they seem to go faster than the other that I got from Walmart, but they're a lot cheaper, so it's probably worth it in the long run. Aha. I'm glad I found that because I had other plans for that too. Okay. Isn't that cute? Pretty cute. All right. Trying to make sure I'm still in frame for you. I'm still not used to this new setup yet. And I like this, and I think I'm going to put it up here, kind of upside down so the pretty part's going up. It'll take away from that very sharp edge that we have on that. Just add a little bit to it. Okay. And then we'll flip it over. Go on this side. Oh. I got up this morning with an awful headache, migraine, and that's why I didn't do a video earlier today, but I took something for it, and it's feeling a little better. I wouldn't say 100%, but a little better. Oops. Get back there. Everything's always trying to run away from me. Let go, because you're not straight. Got to be straight, even on the back. Okay. All right. It's like one of them little flapper purses, doesn't it? All right, now we're going to put some fringe on here. I want to, because I want to. Do I want this first? And oh, I think I'll put the fringe on, put this right across there. Yep. Love this fringe. And I love that lace. I gotta remember where I got that at, because I have to get some more of that. Okay. I know I don't have to wrap this around because part of it's going to be on the inside, but I'm going to, because it'll make it thicker. And I like that. And we're going to give it a haircut, probably. So let's go there. Let's start with a little bit of an overhang. Because I want the seam to be in the middle, or on the inside, not the outside. All right. And I don't want to cut that yet, so I know how much I need. Can't be wasting the fringe. Okay. So now I'm going to go on the side and on the inside. Yep. Now we can judge how much we need for this other side, and then I can cut it. It's a little easier to work with when it's not attached to that. Okay. I have that this fringe in all different colors too. I would love to have one of every color. I like fringe. Okay. All right. All right, now we'll got a piece of fuzz that just refuses to let go. I got it. Okay. Now, let's see how much we need to trim. Yeah, see, because we don't want to cover our pretties on the bottom. I just want the fringe to just be a little bit on the top. Let's see if I can do this halfway straight. Let me get a different pair of scissors. They're smaller, but sharper. And don't worry, I'm not going to waste this fringe. I will use it on something. We're just going to give her some bangs. Oh, I also wanted to let you know, I went through my videos to find out which video had the most views. And it seems like the video that has the most views is my video of my flip through of my pink journal that I have in my Etsy shop. So what I'm going to do is when we hit 1,000 on the YouTube channel, 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give that journal away. to whoever the lucky winner is. I did put a post on it. I will probably do another flip through so you can see it again. Or you could go back and watch the video, but so new people can see it too. That won't maybe scroll all the way down. And that will be one of the prizes when we have 1,000 viewers or subscribers. There will probably be more. All right. Just wanted to let you know that before I forgot about it. Okay, just trimmed that up a tiny bit because I wanted to sit flat there. Right. And here. Try and make this even across. And I'm going to put the glue on this instead of that, just to make sure. And where do we want it? About there, I think. And then I'll trim that up a little bit. I thought I got rid of that little fuzzy thing, but I did not. He is just hanging on for dear life. He likes me. Just putting ever so slightly a little bit of glue on these just so they will grab hold of the fringe and not fly up so much. Okay. Oh my goodness, that thing does. I think I got it. Of course, I thought I got it the last 3 times. All right. Okay. So, it's very cute. All right, let's get us a few of these, or at least a couple of these. 1. I have 2 of these cut somewhere. 2. Not sure where they're at though. 3. I have 3 of those. And we have some little applique pieces maybe we might use. I kind of like that there in the middle. Of course, I think it's upside down. Is it? Yes. Yeah, so we would go that way. No? No, I think it does go that way. Sometimes this stuff's hard to tell which way it goes. Now I'm debating if I want, I don't know, these, I love these. As you can tell, I keep trying to use them, but I think they're a little big for this project. We'll have to save those for another project. That would be the right size, but it's a little much white. Okay. Well, let's get some of I want to use those, but I kind of want to match the parasol, so I think we'll use this. And maybe not even the beads, but just some of the flowers. Maybe 1 bead. See what that looks like. If we put 1 on each side. That wouldn't look bad. Did I not get that even? Yeah, I guess I did. Somewhat. I think this is what's making me feel like it's not even, because this is not really centered. And I don't care if it goes clear up there. I'm okay with that. Even if the thing closes, I like that. I like that. Let's do that. this right here. And we'll put this right here. And you know, I'm not actually sure that that needs anything else down there. Once we close this, we might put one up here. That one's a little long. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. Maybe if we put this up in the middle, so maybe right there. There we go. That's it. Hold him in place for a moment. Just trying to clean up my mess a little bit while I wait for that to dry. Get me a drink of coffee. One more thing I needed to do that I didn't, to tie it together a little more. Oh, just put my scissors away, didn't I? Let me use these. I just want a little bit of this. Let's say right there. Whoops. Oh, I cut it, but I didn't. Right there. Just that much. Now, just so you know, I probably should have done this before I put that one piece on this one piece of lace here on the bottom, but I don't think it's gonna. I can stick it up under there a little bit. I don't think it's going to hinder me that much. I'm just going to put this right on there to give us our little thing to hold on to it with, handle, to give us a little, because a lot of times back in the days they put them on their wrist until they needed them. Okay, so that in there, that goes back in there. Move over, boys. It's always boys when they're acting up. They're pretty girls usually, but they're always boys when they're acting up. Okay, so there we have our little vintage purse. I can move this ugly mat so you can probably could see it better with the mat, I guess. But there's our little vintage purse and our little parasol. I'll get them over here where you can see them. That might help. So there's two of our elements for our thing, and we'll probably be making two more of the elements for it tomorrow. So this is part 1. So make sure you come back and stay tuned for 2 and 3, at least. I think that'll be it. Because if we do the other 2 elements tomorrow, then we should be able to put it all together. What is today? Thursday? Thursday, yeah. Friday we'll do the other elements, and then Monday we can put it all together. Or I think my husband said he had to work Saturday morning. I may do a video Saturday morning, and we may do it then. Just a special. All right, thanks, guys. Show the ladies below some love. Check out the UCC videos. Help support those channels that are being promoted. Would really appreciate that very much from you. You guys have a great day. Hope to see you on the Facebook group. Bye-bye. God bless.